Welcome to Biosyn Sanctuary. Here, the DFW transfers dinosaurs over to these hatcheries where we put them over here and drop them in there and release them. We have over 20 species in Biosyn Sanctuary. Here we have the Brachiosauruses, the Carnotaurus, Triceratops, Stegosauruses, Sinoceratops, Stygimoloch, Parasaurolophus, Therizinosaurus, Dreadnoughtus, Baryonyx, Pyroraptor, Dilophosaurus, Tyrannosaurus, and Giganotosaurus, and Therizinosaurus. Here we can see Here we can see Rexy, the Tyrannosaurus, drinking from the river as she quenches her thirst, because she knows that she's in another apex's territory, which is why no one really goes here. And we put bios and towers everywhere so we can monitor all the dinosaurs. And if we have to, we can lower them too if you want to get a closer look at them for more research and study. Rexy was dropped over a week ago, or more recently. Over here we have Nasuceratops herd. One of the juveniles were rescued from an illegal breeding camp. Here we have some Parasaurolophus from the herd in Sierra Nevada. And over here, we have the redwood section. We have a lot of Triceratops, many with different colorings. As years went through breeding, their colors had changed. Everything has changed about the dinosaurs. Here we have some Ezosaurus Stegosaurus. I'm sorry, but I cannot pronounce the name. We have some Stegosauruses transported from Ezosaurus and now coexisting with the modern ones, as they look drastically different. As their head shape looks different, and their skin texture is not scaly but rubbery. We also have 3 T-Rexes, Buck and Doe, and Rexy. Buck and Doe were saved from Ezosaurus. That's what we mean by saved, is that Ezosaurus was collapsing all in itself. Because dinosaurs were at war with each other, and a lot of things were wrong with it. Even though there was also another apex predator on the island, the Spinosaurus, we cannot bring in the Biosyn Sanctuary because it was too aggressive. Too aggressive and more deadly than the Tyrannosaurus, more aggressive than them. No, this is more of the redwood area. We also have compies. They're really small. You can barely see them. Over here we have a Ceratosaurus and a Stygimoloch. We put chips in their brains so they won't panic. And when they do, we put chips in the carnivore brain, especially in them, so they won't hunt herbivores on the Biosyn Sanctuary. We see a lonely Ceratosaurus in the middle of a herbivore herd. We put goat feeders around the island. We put goat feeders around the island so the carnivore can get food. Here we have a giant herd of Brachiosauruses where they prefer to graze and eat. And over there we see an Allosaurus fighting for dominance against another Allosaurus. This is what they naturally do. They will not attack. They will only attack their own species if they want to fight for dominance. And it looks like this one just gained the leader of the pack, the alpha. There's a large herd of brontosauruses here. Well, goldfish here, but they usually don't dispense because there's not a lot of carnivores over here. Here, this is where scientists come through and monitor the dinosaurs through the Hyperloop system to the biosyn towers. We have different biomes. The redwood biome, the little tropical island over here surrounded by little rivers. We have a lot of dinosaurs over here. Mostly, and over here, the dreadnoughts feed off the trees in the lake because they have more vegetation. So this is a little bit further to stay. Sometimes they move trying to find new areas, but they're unsuccessful. So they just originally just keep coming back. Like this dreadnought that went all the way over there to the tropical side, but then came back because he was hungry and there was no food over there, nutritious for them. So this is where they stay. Over here we put fish feeders for the baryonyx, but they do not like fish. Here at the baryonyxes, they prefer to stay at the rocky hills, where most of the goats are dispensed, but they usually eat them all. Which means the usually carnivores are usually not getting the most food that they usually get when they're supposed to. Pyroraptor also stays here. They're really usually the ones that kill all the goats mostly of the time. Some other carnivores come over here too, fight for territories, like the Carnotaurus and Giganotosaurus. The Giganotosaurus has some scars from other dinosaurs fighting for territories in the biosyn sanctuary. So sometimes it comes over here to the Rocky Hills to get a meal, but sometimes it has to fight for it because there's other carnivores here too. And herbivores do not usually come here unless they're trying to find somewhere to be comfortable, but usually they do not end up staying here very long. Really, only the armored herbivores really just come to drink and then leave. Here we can see a pair of Carnotaurus rescued from Malta. They're being continually forced to fight again and again. Rexy knows that she's in the Giganotosaurus' territory, and she's gonna leave it soon because the Giganotosaurus is just busy fighting for food. Well, not necessarily fighting in this. Usually just war at each other. War. Because we put chips in their brains out to fight other carnivores, but they're still gonna roar at them to get out and get some food. Sometimes the Giganotosaurus likes to sleep here with the roxy textures. And over here we had the little pitfalls over here with rocks. We put this here so if pteranodons were transported, they could lay over here. But reported since pteranodons attack helicopters and helicopters are the only one that has strength light, it has been very, very hard to find them because they are very, very fast in helicopters. Even we have Ankylosaurus from Mesosaurina. In here at the biosyn sanctuary, we do research and try to find more solutions to how to coexist with these dinosaurs. Even though they're in biosyn sanctuary, there's other species out there that we haven't discovered yet. are still out in the real world. As we continue our research to find out why these animals keep going to cities and even move in, we'll find out soon. But here we can see the buck T-Rex looking for some water, some clean water. Or maybe trying to find water and its mate, the doe. They usually stick together. And currently, there is no more T-Rexes in the world that we know of. But only 3 are here at Biosyn Sanctuary. These two prefer to stay together, even though they look like they're just leaving each other. They're just actually gonna go find food because usually there's not a lot of ghosts to feed them around here. Because at the Rocky Hills, which is why they fight. As we know, the DFW and Biosyn Sanctuary is really trying to help the dinosaurs around the world try to coexist together. As we have to learn how to coexist with humans and dinosaurs, or we can learn how to not to. And just keep sending the Biosyn Sanctuary so we can take care of them. But soon we will learn how to coexist with these dinosaurs around the world. As a new day rises on Biosyn Sanctuary, new dinosaurs will be brought in soon, which equals new species that haven't been discovered yet. But more will be added to the Biosyn Sanctuary. So it will be very, very appreciated if you can help the DFW and Biosyn Sanctuary by funding them with funds and donations so we can keep doing research. So we can learn how to coexist with dinosaurs. We hope you enjoyed the tour of Biosyn Sanctuary. Have a good day, folks. And remember, we have to learn how to coexist.